You never really notice the beginning of these moments. Because there is no beginning that feels important. No alarm. No warning. No shift in the atmosphere that tells you. This is the moment everything changes. It always starts the same way. Ordinary. Almost boring. You are driving. Just like you always do. The road is familiar. Maybe it's the route you take to work, or home, or somewhere you've been 1,000 times before. The kind of road your brain stops paying attention to because it assumes it already understands everything about it. Your hands rest on the steering wheel, not gripping tightly, not alert, just existing there. Your posture is relaxed. Your shoulders are loose. Your mind is somewhere else entirely. Because nothing is happening that requires your full attention. At least, that's what you believe. Outside the windshield, the world continues in its predictable rhythm. Cars move in steady patterns. People walk on sidewalks without urgency. Traffic lights shift from green to red and back again, like they have been doing since the beginning of time. There is comfort in repetition. Comfort in predictability. Comfort in the illusion that nothing unexpected can happen in a system this familiar. Inside the car, your world is even smaller. Maybe music is playing. Maybe it's just silence. Maybe you are thinking about something that has nothing to do with driving at all. A conversation you had earlier. Something you need to fix later. A problem that feels important right now but won't matter in a week. This is the exact mental state where danger hides best. Because awareness is not fully present. Not because you are careless, but because you are human. And the brain, when it feels safe, reduces its vigilance. It filters reality. It assumes stability. And in doing so, it creates vulnerability. Then it happens. Not gradually. Not with warning. Not with time to prepare. It happens like reality itself has been interrupted. A single shift. A single break in the pattern. Something enters your path. Or something around you changes. It doesn't matter what caused it. What matters is speed. Because speed removes interpretation. Your brain sees it, but does not understand it yet. There is a delay. A tiny gap between perception and comprehension. And in that gap, everything begins to collapse. The first response is not fear. It is confusion. Your brain tries to explain what it is seeing. It attempts to build logic around chaos. Because that is what it always does. It asks questions faster than answers can form. Did that car just move? Is it too close? Is this real? Do I need to react? But even as these questions form, your body is already moving into a different system. A system that does not wait for answers. A system that does not ask permission. The survival system. Adrenaline enters your bloodstream like an emergency override. It does not arrive gently. It floods. Instantly. Your heart rate spikes violently. Not gradually increasing, but surging like a machine suddenly forced into maximum output. Boom. 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 Each heartbeat louder than the last. Each one faster than the one before it. Your grip on the steering wheel tightens without conscious decision. Your fingers lock. Your muscles stiffen. Your entire body shifts from relaxed to reactive in less time than it takes to form a complete thought. And you don't choose this. It happens to you. Now time begins to distort. This is where things become difficult to explain to someone who has never experienced it. Because physically, time has not changed. But mentally, everything slows down. A single second becomes stretched, expanded, fragmented into smaller pieces of perception. You begin to notice details you would never normally register. The texture of the road, the reflection of light on nearby surfaces, the exact position of other vehicles in space. Every movement becomes visible in extreme clarity. But at the same time, everything is happening too fast. This contradiction is what creates the feeling of slow motion. Your brain is processing more information per second than it ever does in normal life. And so reality feels both slowed and accelerated at the same time. This is where people describe two very different experiences. Some feel detached, like they are no longer inside their body, as if they are watching themselves from a distance, observing their own hands move, observing their own reactions unfold, like reality has turned into a film they are forced to watch. Others experience the opposite. extreme embodiment. Every nerve becomes active. Every sensation becomes amplified. There is no distance between thought and action anymore. Only overwhelming presence. Too much awareness. Too much input. Too much everything. Then fear arrives fully, not as a thought, but as a physical collapse of emotional stability. It does not enter quietly. It crashes into your system. Your chest tightens. Your breathing becomes shallow, irregular, unstable. Inhale. Too fast. Exhale. Too short. Your lungs feel like they are no longer cooperating with your body. Your brain begins repeating one message. Danger. 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 But there is no time to process that message emotionally. Only physically. Your vision shifts again. This part varies from person to person, but both extremes are equally intense. Some experience tunnel vision. The world collapses inward. Everything outside the immediate threat disappears. Only one focal point remains. The danger, the impact, the unavoidable outcome. Others experience hyper-awareness. Everything becomes too detailed, too sharp, too vivid. You notice things your brain normally filters out completely. Sounds, movements, reflections, distances, all processed at once. As if your brain has removed all limitations on perception. But it is not helping you. It is overwhelming you. And then sound changes everything. Because sound in these moments is no longer normal sound. It becomes distorted reality. A tire screech is not just noise. It is a tearing of friction against physics itself. Metal grinding is not just impact. It is structure collapsing in real time. Glass breaking is not just sound. It is fragmentation of stability. Each sound hits differently, not just in the ears, but in the nervous system, as if the body itself is absorbing the vibration. And still, you are acting, even though everything inside you is chaotic, even though logic is no longer leading, even though fear is flooding every system. Your body is still responding. Hands move, feet press, muscles brace. The steering wheel turns. The brake is hit. Adjustments happen faster than conscious thought. This is instinct, the oldest intelligence you possess, older than language, older than reasoning, a survival mechanism that has existed long before modern life ever did. But instinct has limits, and physics does not negotiate. There is only so much distance, only so much time, only so much possibility inside a collapsing moment. And then, it arrives. Impact, not gradual, not avoidable at the final stage, not something that can be outthought or outreacted. Just collision. Sudden. Absolute. Final in that instant. Everything stops. Not gently, but violently. Like reality itself has been interrupted mid-function. There is no transition. No soft landing of experience. Just a cut. Disconnected. Separated. As if your awareness has stepped slightly outside the event itself. Time no longer flows normally. Thought does not connect properly. Memory begins to fragment into pieces rather than a full sequence. And what remains after these moments is not just physical consequence. It is psychological imprint. A memory that does not behave like normal memory. It does not fade the same way. It returns unexpectedly, triggered by unrelated moments. A sound, a sensation, a visual similarity. Something small that suddenly pulls you back into that exact second. Not as imagination, but as re-experience. But beneath all of this fear, chaos, and intensity, there is something deeper happening that most people never realize. Your body is revealing its true design. Not comfort, not routine, but survival. Every system inside you is built for moments like this. To prioritize speed over accuracy. Reaction over reflection. Instinct over hesitation. Because hesitation is expensive in life or death moments. And evolution does not reward delay. This is why these moments feel so surreal. Because they are not normal life. They are compressed survival states, where everything unnecessary is stripped away, and only what matters remains. And that leads to an uncomfortable question. If you were ever placed in that exact moment, who would you become? Would your mind freeze under the weight of too much information? Would your body take control before thought even begins? Not fear, not curiosity, but awareness. Because every normal moment you live,